Are you ready to be YouTube famous?
Sure.
From like all 100 people who will watch this?
Including me.
So, what do you think, electrician?
I think it looks, he's going to work. That's square D. Wow, fancy. That's terrifying.
I'm no electrician, but I had concerns over these super electrically taped connections here of the main power coming in.
That's actually how they used to do it.
Really?
Those are called Kearney clamps. They're a copper bolt with a nut, and it just pinches it together.
Oh.
And then you're supposed to use rubber tape and then just regular tape over it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
I found things.
The dodo bird.
I found things inside that were just wires twisted together and electrically taped, like a high school radio install, but with house wires.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's probably what that is.
It also could have been. They used to use the little crimp-on things, like what you use for a radio. There used to be a lot of people that used them in houses because I found them at least a half a dozen times or more.
I honestly did. I would have been more impressed if that's what it was, as opposed to just
Yeah,
twisting
no.
together wires with some tape thrown on them, shoved up all in a hole together.
Yeah.
I mean, that does not seem safe, boys.
It is not. It is not. And also, if you want to change the location of your camera, if you're going to relight, you definitely can.
Yeah.
Was it technically in a closet?
It was.
Okay, you can't have it in a closet anymore.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah, that's
definitely in a closet.
Well, the plan was to put it in the add-on utility room.
You can have it in a utility room.
Yeah.
You just can't have it in a closet anymore.
Yeah, which is why we realized you may have got here a little too soon, but we have tons of things we can still do.
Yes.
Because we need to learn. We're just going to need you a second time.
Because I can teach you
Yeah.
a lot. Because, yes, y'all have y'all's hands very full.
Yeah, yeah. All right, electricals, what'd y'all get?
These are your standard plug boxes. Got from wire to wire and all. These are the fancy TV ones I was telling you about. So this is where your outlet goes. And this is where your data and HDMIs go.
Oh.
Connected. There's two.
Nice.
So, because we're also going to use this again in the data closet, wherever that ends up going.
Okay.
When you put this in the attic, you can put like probably 12 freaking Cat 6 in that bad boy.
Okay.
So, and then,
Hell yeah.
connectors, staples.
Hell.
Staples.
Yeah.
About to crack-a-lackin'.
You're not allowed to do any work on this house without drinking beer. That's like basically a solid rule of thumb. That's not, he just brought that to wash off with, okay. All right, boys.
I heard the scrapping crew was coming today. Are they?
I haven't seen them. If they would have been here faster, they could have got that hot water heater in there with water in it.
Yeah, that would have been smart.
How much does water weigh? 1 gram per square or per cubic milliliter?
8 pounds a gallon.
Does that equate?
Was it a 100 gallon tank?
How many cubic milliliters are in a gallon? Is it 454? Because that would be, or no, it would have to be 454 times 8.
God damn, that shit is right.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, they're doable.
Okay.
And they're also hewable, is what he was showing me earlier.
Yeah, I like that.
So like, so can you Z-Wave it to where if you wanted to change the hue, you could via just a tablet? Oh, that's sick.
The way the tablet will work is you'll have a color wheel and a hue wheel. So like you just
But these aren't RGB.
no, so if it's that one, you'd have a hue.
We want RGB.
Yeah.
You're gonna go from classy space house to rave house in the press of a button?
It could be all houses. It could be a Christmas wonderland in here.
Oh my
It could be
god.
a Halloween wonderland.
Oh my god, dude, this is happening.
That is not what you should be anymore. Usually you go between a hammer height and 18 inches.
Okay.
18 inches is like HDA, wheelchair accessible, whatever. But yeah, usually you just take a good framing hammer stick it on the ground, put the box at the bottom of it, and hammer it on.
Okay.
In case we're
You-
playing
and you
murder
use
ball
the
and we
same-
charge our phones.
Use the same hammer.
Well, then let's be.
We've learned that lesson once.
I'll tell you. There's a high probability one of us will be in a wheelchair by the time this house is finished. So, yeah, let's make this handicapable, boys.
Get some action going on.
We just like take a piece of scrap wood and cut it to the height, and we use that as our outlet measure.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Alright, so what we usually do is for standard TV height, we usually do 6 foot. So, does that fit your fancy?
So yeah, I think it's 7 feet. So
It's gonna fill up most of that wall.
Plenty of room to cover up.
Yeah.
As you'll notice on these boxes, it has these little titties. And you want to have the titties on the front of your 2x4 because that's the thickness of drywall.
oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
These, so it's just a quick measuring tool. So like if you were using 3/4 drywall, you'd pull it off more, but like that's standard like 1/2 inch, 5 inch drywall measurement.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
let's plug it in.
Yeah, dude. I've been trying. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, turn that on for Andrea. She's all whining about light.
Who?
Fucking Andrea.
Andrea who?
Andrea.
Stokes?
Yeah.
Why she want? What?
She found our YouTube channel, dude, and she commented immediately. She's like, "Y'all need more light."
How is she crying all the way from Michigan?
She has a point, though. She does have a point. Our studio was pretty dark. We were working basically in the dark. That's probably why our rafters were low, right? It had nothing to do with the beer. It had everything to do with the darkness.
We've unanimously decided the beer does not impact anything.
No, it makes it better. Dylan, don't stand in front of the light. Got him.
You're gonna have to make it R-rated now.
Dude, it's already R-rated. Here, we'll get the Andrea shot for you. There you go.
Okay,
Oh, we're doing 2 of those fancy boxes?
Yeah. So because this is what we're gonna connect with the tubing for all the HDMI cables and the.
Oh, to come down for like entertainment center. I like where your head's at.
Yeah, and like this is way better because if you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, well, like what he's doing here costs like $10. They'll sell you a kit for $70. That's the
And then they
exact
have another
same
kit
thing.
that's like $85, and it has nothing even different than the $70
No.
one. And it's like, why?
Because like once we're done, like all the kit is it's like an outlet,
Yeah.
and then it's for the HDMI, right? And the kit is the exact same thing, but with this you just do outlet, and then you buy a brushed hole cover, and it's the exact same thing for $15 versus $70.
That's sick. Okay. Good work, boys. Good work. Finances.
We're good with this because it's gonna have surround sound and everything. It's literally only going to be one HDMI cable because all the connections go to the
Yeah.
receiver and then video out.
And
goes to the TV.
Ethernet.
Yes. The Ethernet because like there'll be a Fire Stick, the TV has Ethernet, and Xbox, so I'm gonna get a switch. So like one Ethernet will come down and then I'll have a switch in the entertainment center.
Oh, okay. So you're literally going to do that. Because I was like, well, the Ethernet, we can drop it from the top side. But if you need multiple up there.
No, because they got this fancy new standard now that I'm thinking about it too. I don't know if my TV supports it, but Ethernet can traverse through HDMI. So like if your receiver has Ethernet in, it can act as a switch, but the connections are HDMI, but not Ethernet.
Whoa.
It's fancy. Fancy new stuff.
Whoa.
And like I said, I don't know if my TV supports it, but as long as there's one Ethernet, we'll be good. Did you know that? Now you know.
Do you know what that's from? Jesus Christ.
Bill,
these
Bill, Bill.
fucking young
Is it really
ass
from
kids.
Bill Nye?
Yeah.
What? I should have known that. Honestly.
Jesus.
Honestly, I really should have.
Pull it together.
Once you get low to the ground, pee comes back.
So much pee.
I guess we could be smart about this and make cleanup easier.
Yeah, that's a lot of foresight, bro. Should we disconnect this at the breaker box? You want to show us how to do that? So that way, if we pull lines, we can just disconnect them?
Yeah.
This is all about knowledge distribution, bro.
This is where the other safety hazard comes for these. In every other breaker panel on the earth, that means off, but in this one, that one's on. So you gotta watch for those.
Oh.
So take it loose.
Okay.
Just like that.
So,
And then you can trace them down to all these.
yeah, well, if I remember correctly, right, which I'm looking at this, so I know it's the case. Black is hot, and then white is common, right?
Yeah, and so this one, they use the white as a hot. So this is a 240. And let's see here. That one's a 240, 240, and 240. And it's also dangerous.
Jeez Louise.
So, yeah, and like whenever you do that, like you
There's
can
more
legally,
nicks out of it up there.
oh yeah, so,
All
like,
down
you
that
can-
motherfucker.
You can legally use the white as a hot. You just have to color it black to signify like, hey, that one's not a neutral. It's a hot. So that's the only thing for that one. But Clayton, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the light so I can kind of put this down.
Okay.
Me, because I'm just gonna pull out my Sharpie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 one's the one that's staying.
Yeah, porch entry lights is what it's labeled.
Yeah. So everything else we can go ahead and take out. Not use it. Go away for forever.
How's it looking there? Is it beautiful? Is it just the best wiring ever?
Yeah. I mean, it's not the worst I've seen. You're gonna make some bank off of scrap. Maybe hopefully offset it some.
Yeah.
Even if it just offsets it a little bit, that's still a win.
Pay for some inflation.
Yeah. Oh, and see, that's the other thing that we're changing when we change the panel. Because the way this is right here, that is 1000% illegal. And that's big scrap, because that's huge. And so that you can stick between the back of the electric truck and the tractor, stretch it tight, use a box blade, run it down it, and then you have bare copper, and that adds up with weight really fast because it's heavy.
Okay.
Why is it illegal?
Because it's not in a extra shielded portion. So to run it from where the meter is there to here, you have to use a special wire called SER, and it's shielded like that with its insulation, but then it has a separate set of like fiberglass around it and another plastic insulation to keep it from getting nicked and being dangerous.
Nice. Okay.
Smart.
So.
Golly. Down to a single breaker.
Yep.
So how do we take the breakers out?
So these ones, you just gotta pry them. But we're gonna leave them in now, so then whenever we have the panel cover on, it's less easy to stab something into the live portions of it.
That makes sense. Damn, you do not be gentle with that shit.
No.
All right, beer break. Success. We don't need that fancy cover on there. We like to shock ourselves. Hey, Clayton. Dude, remember how we were like, damn, none of these breakers are labeled, and we were like just clicking everything?
Yeah.
I was sitting here all confused for a while we were like, he was pulling all this shit out. I'm like, how did he not know what was what? When you pull the fucking cover off and expose the breakers entirely, they're all labeled perfectly. Just no one transposed it to here. So you can't see it. The cover hides it. Yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Okay.
Yeah, she did that now.
Okay. How do we turn this corner?
That is the magic. You just drill it and meet in the middle, and the Romex is flexible enough. You bend a little hook on it, and you just bloop, and push it through.
Okay.
So it's pretty
Okay, good.
spot on.
Jesus, Clayton.
And also, it's usually hollow behind them. Dude, the cat pee in this corner is ridiculous. Like, I really smell it in this corner. Like, it is the worst out of, like, everywhere I've been in this house. Like, over here, it's like, this is pee. You know, we're using all these Milwaukee tools, including the flashlight that's providing the light for these amazing videos. I think Milwaukee needs to sponsor us.
That'd be cool. Milwaukee, send us free stuff.
Yeah. Dylan, show us how to hook up a fucking outlet so I can time lapse this shit. We can listen to music.
Headlamps?
Yeah, I got handhelds too, just for Andrea. I love that that's now the new running joke.
Our lighting expert.
Yeah, our lighting expert. Just got to keep her satisfied.
This is a cheating way I learned. And you just spin it like a helicopter, and it straightens it out.
Oh.
So that it's easier to pull through the wall.
Oh.
Okay. Helicopter, that's the technical term.
Yep. Fucking A right, bud. Wait. You're starting at the wrong spot. We just didn't put a box down here.
Why not? We'll put one there. It doesn't matter.
It matters to me, Dylan.
Oh, you need a box there?
It's okay. All right.
I can put a box there.
What are you breaking?
There's these little tabs in there. You gotta break out so you can get the wire in there.
Okay. Hell yeah, brother.
It just don't make no sense and smells like feet in here.
As do most areas of the house.
So here's what I'm wondering. I don't smell it so much anymore. So like, am I just used to it, or like, does it not smell that
You're
bad in
probably
here?
used to it.
Oh, it smells real bad in here still.
Like, it's not like terrible.
Okay.
It's definitely nowhere near as bad as when we got started.
Oh, dude, it was so bad.
Like, me and this being my first time here, like, yeah, I can
Okay.
still smell it, but it's not like,
Okay.
it's not horrendous as y'all described it anymore.
Okay, that's important. That means we're making headway.
Yes. Big
Yeah.
time.
Get a couple beers in the man, he just starts hammering shit.
This is how my electrician recommended to remove this. Except I have it doesn't always work as good, but
Or you can also
There's
use
a oh boy.
ooh, look at
just use a really big screwdriver.
There you go.
Really big screwdriver will get you far in life.
So wherever you got both your wires in there, kind of stack them on top of each other. You can straddle them with the staple.
Okay. In the ghetto. Now I'm assuming you staple all the way down that 2x4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Check that out. Like more little Easter eggs. See the outlet shows you how far you should have stripped, so it'll twist around the screw enough. Strip gauge.
Oh, that's cool.
The strip gauge actually isn't for that.
Oh.
The strip gauge is for these little holes. You can push the wire into it, and you don't have to wrap it around the screw. Ooh. But never do that. Ever, ever, ever.
Okay.
It's like with the electricity, it has minor vibrations. So over the years, it'll wiggle loose and it'll come out. So like, let's say you pushed them all in and that one decides, oh, I don't want to be in the plug anymore. None of these plugs will work. It's brutal, and it gives me lots of job security. And then so your ultimate other goal is your last staple should be within a foot of the box.
Okay.
So,
That makes sense. I mean, this part seems pretty damn straightforward.
yeah.
Just make sure the fucking line doesn't
Yeah, make sure you don't stab the
dangle
staple through
all
the
over
line.
it. Yeah.
And and you want to keep it centered, so like if you miss with the drywall screw or something, it's not gonna hit it.
Oh, that's actually pretty important
the big
too.
goal with the staples.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. Although without the staples, it would just really push. But nice.
Well,
Hell yeah, brother.
you gotta have a switchblade. You gotta do it in style, you know.
What did you just do? How the fuck did you do that?
You just score it, and then it's rubber, so then it'll pull apart. But it's a lot harder to do when it's not on wire.
Oh.
So for a single plug, you're just gonna
We don't
Push
need to
that
wire.
paper.
We're not gonna wire this one up.
yeah. But then for now, what I usually do is I take my pliers, go in there. And that's my measurement gauge for about how much wire I want to leave.
Okay.
And then that's how you do that for drywall.
Okay. Do the plugs have to go in after drywall or just the covers?
After drywall.
Really?
Yeah, because so where's that plug?
That was another deciding factor for why
Yeah.
we're like, well, if we're not going to buy
You got
them
that plug?
right now if we have to wait.
Because I'll show
Okay.
you. So this one is like really mangled. But you see these ears?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be straight like this. And so they're bigger than the box. And then, so the ears are supposed to touch the drywall, and that's what gives you the rigidity in the wall.
Oh.
Yeah. So, like, if you over tighten it, and how this one was mangled like that, so that means this plug was recessed in the wall because it was over tightened and the drywall was too big.
Okay. Which would make sense since they had drywall and wood paneling at the same time.
And also, fun fact, this one is wired wrong. They have the white wire on the gold and the black wire on the silver. Black wire always goes on the gold screw, which is on the right hand side of the plug, and the white one goes on the silver, which is also on the same side as your ground.
Does that mean it was upside down?
No, that just means it was reverse polarity,
Oh, okay.
and also would fail a home inspection.
Nice.
So
Interesting.
it fails the home inspection twice for A, not being grounded, and B, for reverse polarity.
Okay.
Impressive.
So, and then I'll show you how to do this one real quick.
Yeah. This is what we need to know. So I don't think anybody knows how to
Or
daisy chain hookup.
score. And sometimes I just pull on them a little bit more. But if they don't, you just score it again. Okay.
What was that weird paper shit even for?
It's just a
I always wondered that.
insulator kind of thing. So then you just push the white and blacks up there. And then, yeah. Twist these 4 or 5 times. Take your pliers, pinch it, twist it up so it's got a really good tight connection. Slice one of them off, pinch it up one more time, shove it in the back of the box. So then now, even if this does have a burr on it, since it's in the back of the box, it's not going to mess with anything.
Okay.
And just same thing. Get you a good handful of wire so that if you ever do have to mess with it, you're not having to work it so close to the wall that you're like, oh my gosh, I hate myself for making this short.
Okay.
You just shove them in there. So then whenever the drywall's up, you just stick your finger in there, pull it out.
Okay, now hook up the plug.
Okay.
That's the important part.
Yeah. especially seeing it with ground and the right way.
Yeah, we need to know how we hook up the daisy chain. So when we start doing these on our own, we're not just like, nerd.
We're going to be calling you and be like, you need to snap us some videos of one of your installs.
Yeah.
Ask something.
I'll just video my coworker. I'll just be like, all right, man, we're going to make a tutorial video. And
Yeah.
we're going to send it.
Yeah. No, now it's tutorial video time.
Look at all that light.
Hey, Andrew, are you satisfied?
If you are, like and subscribe.
Now we're going to have to fly her down here so she can make an appearance.
In person.
Yeah, in person.
The gold one. That's the silver one.
Okay.
Black.
Oh, gold teeth.
I got gold teeth.
Got gold teeth.
You just got to remember who has gold teeth.
Yeah.
You told me that in Home Depot and it instantly committed to memory.
And then you notice the way I'm putting the hooks around, so that whenever it tightens, it'll close the hook more.
Okay. Dude, this is so much simpler than I thought it was going to be. So you just hook up one side and then you hook up the other side.
Yep.
And it's like white to white, black to black, and the plug itself does the
Because they're
daisy
made for it,
chaining.
right? They're made.
They're made to daisy chain.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. I thought this was going to be like complex and like you're going to have to know
and
where
like,
wires
well,
went. They
so there's
really
a
dumbed this
certain way
down.
you can do this, and
This
like
part,
you
I
would
knew
just
they were made for it, but
so like sometimes like depending on the situation, you would tie these all together and then come off with one wire, so then the plug isn't being stressed by the load of the rest of the line. But usually you don't have to do that in the house because you're not like running a drill press, a sawzall, and everything on the same circuit at one time.
so
But
what
then
is
once you have it in this, and then you just kind of do the same, fold up, fold down, so then your ground wire stays away from everything.
and like
all
you
the
said,
back.
there's enough
Nice.
extra slack there, so you can replace the
Yeah,
outlet
so
a
then if
couple
you
of
need to
times.
replace the outlet, yeah. And most of the time you never have to mess with your loop, but it's comfortable, so you're not like, oh, like freaking screwdriver up against the wall. Like you're out there comfortably outside the wall and you move it around wherever you want.
Okay.
Because these boxes are so deep nowadays, they think about you. Because like the old school electricians, you'd practically like have your screwdriver up against the wall, and it's like, no, dude, like the boxes are deep. Give yourself more wire. Like,
Okay.
take a break.
So
That
what
makes
is
sense.
what is the common mistake that people seem to always make that leads to the plug being upside down? Why do you find that so much in houses?
Like with the ground up,
Yeah.
Yes.
that's actually the right way. In the instructions, this is the right way the plug should be installed. That is technically the correct way. The
Really?
only reason it's the correct way, so if something falls down and knocks the plug off, you're hitting the ground. You're not going across the hot and neutral. It's meant for like garages and shops.
Oh.
Yeah, so whenever somebody finally explained it to me, it makes total sense like to do it in a garage. But like in a house, it doesn't really matter. You're not
Yeah.
gonna be dropping like pieces of angle iron in your house next to an outlet. Like, let me just drop this bad boy right here and just arc it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, fun fact. That is every time it's looking at you screaming, it's technically put in the wrong way. You want me to show you that little trick around the corner that I was talking about?
Yes. Yeah, and then you get to do what you were supposed to do the whole time. Except this is how long it took to get there. We're gonna run it, and then you're just gonna tell us if we're fucking up. Well, that wasn't that fancy, dude. I do that shit in cars all day.
Exactly. All right, and then so like another good rule of thumb that I try to do. So, if you, let's say you did have a problem and it's over there, and you're trying to hunt it down, I always put the one that feeds, like this is the power coming into this one, next to the stud. Because when you have the cover off, you can stick a screwdriver in between the drywall, and you can find the stud. So then you can look up in it and be like, oh, this is the one that's next to the stud, so that one's the power that feeds this one. So if it's not going past it, it's this plug.
Oh, okay.
So whenever I fed this one to that one, It's next to the stud because that's the power coming in for that one. And then we'll run
Okay.
a jumper outside of that one into
To the
inside
power
out.
in. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, boys. Looks like we're running wires. So now I'm gonna set this camera like at a distance, and maybe we'll time lapse, maybe we won't. Hit another one, dude. Let her rip, tater chip. Look at that. Yeah, don't hit the studs though. Those are important.
Not when it's moving.
Yo, you're not even good at that. Give me that. Let me try. You hold the camera.
I'll hold the camera.
Yeah.
I'm good at
Can I
it.
hit this one? This is wire out yet?
I have no idea, but I can make the wire out of it. Ah, Shane, messing it up.
Really? That's how you do it.
You had a better angle.
Woo-woo! One and done, boys. That's my motto. Oh yeah, boys. So we got some electrical run. We got a lot of shitty electrical out. Got some new temporary lights on that end of the house. I like that. We've done well. We've done well, gentlemen. Dude, did you just fucking shit yourself again? Nope. Nasty boy. It's about to be a theme, just like turning on all these Andreas.
So many Andreas.
All right, so we're going to pull the rest of the electrical out of this ceiling and wall. Right, quick.
Well, can you
Get these fan fixtures down. Dude, you need a cutter to open cutters?
I don't know. Talk to Liz.
Jesus. All right, so we're going to, pull down this fan, all this electrical here, get all the shit out of the walls. I guess we can probably get rid of those stupid window units too, right? Pull that fixture down, and then we'll come back and throw up a few temporary lights. Figure out how good our electrician did teaching us things. Got all the electrical out, and we wired up more temp lights. Bam! Dude, it's like daytime in here, son. Look at all that. It's like he learned us something.
You wouldn't believe it, but we didn't even test it before the video started.
Yeah, right? I was just waiting to hit the switch and nothing happened like last time. Dude, that is a world of different.
Yeah.
With the
Dylan
LED
was like,
lights.
do you want to spend a little extra and get the 100-watt LEDs? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, and we actually swapped that bulb right there with it too, in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you see we just used some old scrap wire and just
Like,
threw
these
up
would
these temporaries. I actually put electrical tape on there because the caps I had were a little too short. And the last thing we wanted was for us to burn the place down because we're not electricians.
Yeah,
We just left bare wire on temporary light sockets.
I mean, these would be way too bright for anything normal, but for what we're doing, they're perfect.
Oh, they're incredible. Yeah, absolutely incredible. We need to put the panel back on that breaker. That's real important. Probably just do that now. I'm gonna smoke and then we'll do it. Unless you want to just throw it up there.
I can put it on right now, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a flathead. So the reason you do this, and Dylan did it last time, I don't know why I didn't put it back, but that's because those are hot. And
Yeah,
that's
the
hot,
lugs.
hot, hot. Yeah. Hot, 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 hot. All right, big thank you goes out to cousin Dylan, our electrician. He came all the way up from Houston to show us how to make electrical runs on our own. So thanks to him, we were able to get the first circuit for the outlets in the living room in. This is the only wall at the moment that is final. So we can't run anything over there yet until we knock those walls down, redo the floor plan. The kitchen, we could probably run a little bit, but we don't know how high the counters are gonna go, where the countertops are gonna be, where the cabinets are gonna be located, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll figure that out here later, but we managed to get every last bit of old electrical wire out, and me and Clayton didn't kill ourselves yesterday. We also wired in some temporary lights down here. So obviously Dylan did a good enough job teaching us. We're probably not the finest students around, but we got it taken care of. So he'll be coming back up here in the future once we get the mudroom in. He's gonna help us wire in the new circuit breaker out in the mudroom. Apparently, like you mentioned earlier, It's not allowed to be in the closet anymore. Plus that breaker box is terrible. We've got down to a single breaker right now. They're just running lights and power in the living room. But if you like the video, give it a thumbs up so more people can see it. And we'll be back with another video here shortly.